Hello, Leo. Welcome to Mind, Body, and Heart Tarot Therapy. It's so good to have you here. I'm here to do the reading for the month of June 2019. It's a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So here we go. It is a general reading, so if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's obviously meant for a group of Leos that probably can relate to what is it that the cards are showing, the messages that come through. So let's see what comes up for Leo for the month of June 2019. I have a few Leos in my life that I really love, and I want to send them all the love. We're starting with the Six of Pentacles. This is fascinating, and I'm gonna tell you why in a moment, but let's see what else we have there for Leo. Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. Leo, June 2019. So yeah, Leo, seems that you're working on balancing out how much you give and how much you take. But yeah, let's go through. Let's pick up more cards and we're going to talk about this. All right, the Devil. All right, the Devil keeps showing up. It's up for a few other signs, and I'm not even halfway through. That almost popped up. Let's see. Okay, Nine of Wands. Beautiful. And bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. Very well needed. So the Four of Wands is your theme. I'm going to pull out a number of other cards to clarify these cards, and we're going to read them together. So we have the Eight of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. All right. We have the Judgment with the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles with the Devil. What do we have for the Nine of Wands, please? I can't read all that. So do have the Chariot here. All right, powerful cards. And we have the Page of Cups, bottom of the deck, to clarify the Four of Wands. All right, so this is your underlying energy, right? Four of Wands with the Page of Cups. The Four of Wands is a card that appears when one is in need to pay respects to honor their journey, to honor where they have been to. So you, Leo, probably should take a moment here and be grateful for how far you are on your journey. Sometimes we can get easily stuck into criticizing ourselves or focusing too much on what is it that we need to accomplish or what is it that we lack, and we kind of forget to look at how far we've come. It would be a great time to just take some space and contemplate, where were you, say, 5 years ago, and where are you now? Many of the things that you have now in your life were things that were mere dreams for you maybe 5 years ago. Whether it is, I don't know, the job that you wanted, or whether it is the freedom to choose, or whether it is agency over your own actions, or any of that. And many of the dreams that maybe you had 5 years ago were just naive dreams of a 5 years younger you. And maybe now you understand much better how important other things were in your lives that you weren't aware of. It comes with the Page of Cups, so I think you need to pay attention to your intuition here. Pay attention to your what subconscious mind is trying to tell you. Pay attention to your emotions. The Page of Cups is also an energy of someone who's a little bit emotionally needy. And this is something that we need to honor as well. We don't need to only honor what we achieved or what we accomplished. We also need to honor our feelings and our emotions, both what we consider to be positive and negative. And we need to learn from them. It doesn't mean that my emotions necessarily are a reflection of my real reality or of the reality out there, but they are messages that my subconscious is sending me, right? And emotions do come from the way I interpret the world. What we usually feel is just we feel the energy, we feel the bodily sensations, and then the mind interprets it, and it gives a lot of meanings to that, and then I have a relationship to the meanings that I just gave them. So if I feel like shit, for example, it doesn't necessarily mean that my life is shit. Go back and be grateful for, contemplate what you have to be grateful for. And then you'll see that sometimes some of these emotions that pop up can be misguided because you are reacting only to what your focus is, which is probably can be on the negative right now. And therefore your big picture of your world can look like, oh my god, everything is shit. I'm not saying this is the case though. I'm saying the case right now is to pay attention to your emotions and pay attention to validating yourself. For you don't really need validation from the outside right now. And whenever you see that you need more validation from the outside, this is how we actually get to interpret our emotions. Whenever you see that you need something from the outside of yourself more than usual or compulsively, that's when you know that that's what you need to give to yourself. So whenever you look validation from the outside, take some time and take some space to really look at what is it that you achieved so far and give yourself that credit. Give yourself that validation, not just, oh yeah, I came this far, but I still need this and this and this and this and this. No. That will only create a cycle of lack and negative emotions. So yeah, this is pretty much your theme right now. Let's see where we're going from there. So we have the Six of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles always talks about balancing out how much we can give and how much we can take. And you, Leo, tend to be an overgiver. You are one of the most generous of the signs, and that's very beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. But if you give more than you can actually are able to, then you're going to fall into the feeling of lack, right? Because you gave away everything. You gave away all the love that you have. You can't keep any for yourself. And then you get caught into these dynamics where you need something back. So you give with expectation. And that nobody can equal you in how much you can give, Leo, because that's just your nature. You have a very warm and nurturing nature. So you need to learn your limit. You need to learn when to stop and how much are you really able to give without feeling depleted, without feeling like you're missing something, and that you want that those people that you give to, you want them to give it back to you, whatever that is, whether it's love, whether it's emotional support, whether it is even money, right? This is a card of Pentacles. It does not refer only to money. Like, it's not just about giving money, but it's giving energy. It can literally mean giving time. So if you have your life, say, and then your friend is in trouble and you drop everything in order to go there and be of emotional support, fantastic. But you do this again and again and again, then they will become incredibly needy. They won't be able to take care of themselves. And they will always need you to come there to support them, and then you will have no time for yourself. You will have no time for your life. You will have no time for your family. You will have no time for your passions, for what is it that gives you, fills up your cup, and this is where you're going. In whenever you give too much and you're not receiving back, you feel like left out in the cold. You feel trapped. You feel we feel victim to other people. Look at all these people. I give them all this, but now they don't give me anything back. One more thing which is important is, why are we giving this much when we're overgiving? Are we giving this much because of a place of emotional neediness, right? It can very well be. Maybe I give this much because I need to feel that I'm doing something good for someone else. I need to feel needed. And that's a very dangerous one. Because when we're overgiving from this place of like, I need love, right? So I'm buying my love literally, but with time, with emotional support that I give to other people. These things, it's fantastic to give. There's nothing wrong with giving is just lovely, and it's one of the practices that Buddhism, for example, Tibetan Buddhism especially, focuses a lot on service to others, but that service needs to come from a place of service, and that's it. Not expecting something back, not expecting love back, or any kind of recognition. Even sometimes the ego is what needs the recognition. Your heart does not really need recognition. Your heart knows where the focus is, which is love. So whenever I give love, and whenever I give emotional support, whenever I give anything, I give it because I am in that place of love and giving, because I understand. But when I'm not there, I need to honor this. I need to honor where I am. When I'm not there, I need those stuff. I need the self-care. I need to nurture my wounds. I need to unstuck myself from this place. There's no other people that can unstuck me. I'm the only one. See, there's no one out there. She's all alone here. There's a city right over there, but she seems to be alone here, all tied down, but the ties are loose, and she's got all these swords around her, where she could use any one of them to cut herself free, but she's not aware of this, right? And she's stuck. But she could become aware of this at any time and get unstuck and go back in there where everyone is. The ones that you help can try to help you back as much as they can. But it is only you that can actually allow yourself to to be nurtured as well. Maybe you're also used to be the giver, the nurturer, and whenever somebody's trying to actually nurture you back, you're resisting that, and you're pushing everyone away because you're not used to it. You're used to be the caretaker, so you feel like if somebody's taking care of you in a certain way, in the same way that you're taking care of them, then there's something wrong with you, because inherently you believe that there's something wrong with the people that need help. That's why you're helping them. So it's a weird cycle in here, and we can go on and on about this for forever. So I hope you do get what this is all about, though. Give as much as you can, but don't expect necessarily something back. And also when somebody, other times when we give is like, okay, I give you cherries but I want apples back, right? And well, if I give you cherries and you give me cherries back, when what's the point, so beware of that as well. What if you want just something in return that you specifically want, and the other person aren't able to give you that because they don't have it either? And when they're trying to give back to you the same kind of care, the same kind of nurturing, you're taking it as a offense, maybe, because you're like, well, I'm not in need of this. This is what I'm providing. And you see, this is a great opportunity for you, by bringing up this balance, by looking at this duality of energies. It's a great opportunity for you to practice forgiveness. Forgive the others for not knowing what is it that you really need, and for not knowing how to give it to you. Or forgive others for giving you even though you don't want it. Forgive yourself for not really knowing what you want sometimes, or for maybe sometimes forcing people into loving you by giving them things that you think they need. Forgive yourself for sometimes wanting to be needed in order to feel relevant. We all are guilty of this sort of stuff every once in a while. It just happens that in this reading seems to be you. Leo, it is really, really wonderful feeling to come back home and to really understand that I can give myself both love and forgiveness. And then I can give it to others more easily and with less expectations. Judgment is a card of radical change. It's an end as well. See, there's 2 10s here. It's an end of a big cycle here. So I think that you are learning. You are learning how to balance this out. You are learning how to make use of this opportunity in order to give yourself the absolution that you need, or give yourself the love that you need, or give yourself the emotional support that you need. We can so easily give emotional support to others, and then when it's our turn to do this for ourselves, we put ourselves down the worst. We treat ourselves like we would never really treat any friend of ours. The things we said to ourselves, like the things we say. Oh, you weren't good enough. Oh, you didn't try hard enough. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Push harder. Do this. Come on. Being ironic, being self. I mean, like, of course, depends, of course, a lot on your upbringing. But we tend to internalize a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of, like, self-sabotage. And so inner critic can go very, very high. Very, very deep. We gotta understand that, of course, that inner critic as well is there because it's trying to protect me one way or another. So for each and everything that happens within me that I'm not happy with or outside of me, I need to learn to accept it first, then forgive, and then there's the rebirth. That's where it's coming from. It's an internal rebirth, that place of eternal spring where you understand that you are full of love and you never need love. Of course, you can show up and you can be loved and you can love others, but that's only because you are full of love. If you're empty, if you have no love, if you've never had any love, you don't know what love is. So when you're full of love, focus that love first for yourself, and wonders will come. This opportunity. Ace of Pentacles is a card of real opportunity in the life, of real change that you can see it in your daily life. Say you have a relationship problem, and there's the pattern going on again and again and again of this, like maybe exchange, who gives more, who gives less, who gives and who doesn't accept, or who's the taker and who's the all that. And you learn to balance this, and you allow yourself to see it, and you allow yourself to see all aspects of that dynamics. It always takes two to tango. Then with the Judgment here, it shows me that, and with the Ace of Pentacles, it shows me that this insight, this understanding will bring that kind of change that will really change the dynamics. You will see it in the relationship once this conflict and understanding of this is resolved. It will not show up anymore. I'm not saying not going to be any other problems in whatever relationship that is, but it will not show up in this manner anymore. The Devil with the Three of Pentacles here kind of reinforces that there's this shadow work that needs to be done. The Devil is a card of what is it that holds humanity back? What is it that holds you back, Leo? What is it that puts you into this feeling of victimhood, where you feel like, oh, this happens to me, why this happens to me all the time, or feeling stuck, no, feeling like you can't. This is also the card of I can't. So what is it that puts you in there? Actually, after realizing all this, you may start like seeing your shadow more clearly. And you know what we do with our shadows? We don't fight them, we befriend them. You have a conversation with them. We invite them at the table and see what is it that you want from me? What are you protecting me from? This is the original role of the shadow self, to protect a very fragile side of me. Therefore, I started developing all kind of defensive mechanism and survival skills. And we need them at the time, but later on they become detrimental and they work against us. And they will do everything that they need, these parts of ourselves, in order to justify their existence, because they really believe that we need a protection. But we get stuck. We get stuck. Look at these two guys here. They are chained. See, this person gives here, and these people are free and grateful. The Devil here provides for these two, but these people are completely stuck in there. And bare naked, they have no free will. They seem like they have no choice. They have no agency there. So by being gentle with yourself, and by really balancing out how much you can give and how much you take, and also how much you want from others, I think that this will bring you the ability to have an easier and smoother relationship with others. This can be work relationship, for example. This can be related to work. This can be related to your support network, really. These are people of various skills coming together to build something bigger. Even in your like partner relationship, that can apply, because you know, two people that come from a very different background, in order to have a loving partnership, a romantic relationship, they gotta they gotta work with the shadow self, and they gotta resolve their inner differences and then the differences between themselves, in order to have a healthy relationship that's in which they work together, not against each other or against themselves. Two things coming together to make something bigger. 3 is a card of synthesis. After the thesis of the number 1 and the antithesis of number 2. So it's good to have this conflict. It's good to have these dynamics. It's good to understand where this is coming from, because we all have this sort of stuff. We all do. And growth means confronting them. Growth means looking into them, these aspects of ourselves, and accepting that they are there, whether we like them or not, they are there. And bring forgiveness. Judgment is really more about forgiveness than everything else. Drop the judgment. And judgment is also a card of assessment of what is. Just what is, not what we want it to be, not what we expect it to be, and it isn't. Just look at yourself bare naked as you, as an entity, as a soul, and just look at where you are. Where am I? Okay, I'm still in these dynamics. Fine. I'm still this far in my life. Fine. These are the feelings that I'm harboring. Fine. This is the devil that I'm working with. Fine. Everything will suddenly simply relax, because the less we struggle, the more there's space for these inner conflicts to be resolved. And see, you've done the work, you've done the journey, you've been on this journey for a long time. There's the Nine of Pentacles there. Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of somebody who literally had been working really hard on this, but it's almost ready to give up, because he's been doing this for so long. He's been through so many battles, and this person's tired here. This person's wounded here, and I think this wound on the head is for it's a good reminder that it is our mind that believes we're wounded. The rest is healthy. Push a little bit forward with this. Don't allow yourself to fall apart right now. It comes with the Chariot. The Chariot is an energy of focus and an energy of movement. And this shows you that you have all the physical resources you need to keep yourself on track and keep yourself balanced and keep yourself moving. This guy is moving away from the castle, so he's going away in his own journey here. He's leaving his comfort zone, and he's going out exploring. He has everything he needs, though. He has the Chariot, he has the Sphinxes here. The white and the black means that he's been reconciling these differences, these opposing aspects within himself. So don't give up on yourself just yet. Just a bit longer, this is a 9. 10 will come. Which also feels a bit uncomfortable, but you have everything that you need to keep moving, to move forward, to focus on what is that's important, and that is kindness, forgiveness, and love. This is not what's important. This is what holds me back. And focus on gratefulness, being grateful and giving yourself credit. Focus on your body and your emotions, and understand why your emotions are there. This is where the focus is. The focus that would help you to keep moving. The focus that will help you to get over this place of feeling stuck. Be grateful that even these show up, because when the devil shows his face, it means that I'm ready to deal with it. Otherwise, the devil stays hidden. He operates from the shadow. That's the whole point. The more I'm running away from my shadows, the more I'm running away from the things that I don't like about myself. And the more I'm denying them, I'm giving them more power, But if I look at it, in the face, and I'm accepting it, the more it loses its grip over me, and these chains are breaking. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful reading, Leo. I was saying that this was very, very interesting because I actually gave you another reading, but I had some technical issues, so I had to do the reading again. And the first card that popped up was also this one. So I think that this is the major thing that you're confronted with right now. Understanding how much you can give without feeling depleted. Keep your cup full. Only when your cup is full and it's overflowing, this is when you are really able to give. And balance that out. This person has the scale here and knows when he's out of scale. He gives only while he's still able to keep this balanced. If you take all from here, he won't be able to give no more. It's a beautiful reading, Leo. Oh, thank you so much for doing this work. Thank you so much for hanging in there, for your own benefit, but also for the benefit of others. Because the more we do this inner work and the more we practice forgiveness and kindness and acceptance and gratefulness for ourselves, within ourselves, the better we are able to relate to other people and to show up into the world from a grounded place, from a place that I'm able to connect, from a place where I'm able to actually see the other person for what a person is, not for what I project on them or expect of them. So thank you so much for doing this hard work. It is inspiring, and yes, if you did enjoy this reading, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you here next time. I usually do readings also for the new moon and the full moon, so stay tuned. Have a great month, Leo.